So today's tutorial is on the gorgeous Shannon. I'm sure you've seen her on Love Island 2017, so thank you so much for being my model. So we're going to show you how to do this blown out smoky eye with a glossy lip. So if you want to see how to create this look, then keep on watching. So for today's tutorial, I've already primed Shannon's lids off camera and I've done her brows as well. So for the brows, I used the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz, and it is in the shade medium brown. And for the lids, I use the PLOUISE eyeshadow base in the shade Rumour to prime the lids for the eyeshadow. So I'm using the shade Roxanne from the JACLYN Hill palette, and I'm concentrating this in the crease, so really in that centre of the crease. I'm blending it out to the inner corner and to the outer corner. Because this is a rounded smoky eye, that's the way I kind of start that, just to get the shape rounded and build up that colour in the crease before we start blending it out with anything else. And now that we're happy with the shade Roxanne, we're going in with the shade Creamsicle and Pukey. And I'm mixing them together on a ZOEVA 228 brush. And this creates just a beautiful bronzy transition shade. So now going back in with the shade Roxanne just to deepen up, because if you watch my tutorials you'll know I always do this just so we don't lose that lovely deep colour in the crease. And again, like always, we're going in with our clean fluffy brush to blend out those edges and make sure that it's really nicely blown out and blended and smooth. And now we're going in with a ZOEVA pencil. These are the graphic liners, and oh my god, they are the best pencils you'll ever use. They glide onto the eyes and they don't budge. So they're basically a gel base, so they last so long and they're really creamy. But they do set quite quickly, so I'm going in with a clean fluffy brush again. This is a Inglaw 6SS brush, and I'm just blending that cream product out onto the lid and up into that Roxanne shade. And now to set that cream base so it's not going anywhere, I'm using the shade Chip and the black from the JACLYN Hill palette as well. So it's just a nice dark brown and a black mixed together, and I'm just patting that on the lid over the liner. And this just makes it really intense. So anytime I'm doing a really dramatic lid colour, I'll always use a cream base underneath it so that the colour stays really intense for the whole night and it won't budge. It's just pat, 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 as PLOUISE says. Pat it on and it will just stick to that base and create a beautiful intense shade. And now to blend out that dark chocolatey black that we applied, I'm going in with the shade Roxanne again, just a little bit on the brush and just blending out the edges so that it's nice and gradient. And now we're moving on to lashes. So I've already coated Shannon's lashes with some mascara. Any black mascara that you have will do the job. I'm never too fussy with mascaras when we're applying false lashes because we just want them to be black. We don't need them to be anything else. So you won't see them really. The main goal is to make sure the lashes are just blended in with the false lashes. So that's why I apply the mascara first, especially because these are a faux mink lash. So if you're using any kind of luxurious lash, you don't want to be putting mascara on them because you will get like 20 wears out of most luxury lashes, silk lashes or faux mink or whatever. So don't apply mascara on them because it'll actually just ruin them. So yeah, I'm applying these ones. These are the SOSUBYSJ New York. They're my favourite ones. They're the ones from Pennies. I think they're €6, but they're the nicest style, I personally think, from the Pennies collection with SOSUBYSJ. And that white band of glue will dry in, don't worry. It's the blue and white duo glue, so it dries completely clear. And I'm going to go in with some black gel liner now. So going in with gel liner over the lash band just helps to disguise the lash band, and you won't see any kind of trace of where you stuck the lashes on. So even if you do mess up a little bit, this is a great trick just to disguise it a little bit. If you're looking down, people won't even clock the lash band, especially when you have like a dark lid like this. You can notice it more than if it's a brighter lid. So do go back over with some gel liner or liquid liner, whichever black liner you prefer. And then just to set that gel liner so it's not budging, we are going in with just a little bit of a black eyeshadow. Any black eyeshadow will do for this. This actually really helps to disguise that lash band too, and make it look really black and fluffy, the lashes, especially in photos. That is the key to getting your lashes to look really seamless in photos. Going back in with a little bit of black eyeshadow, but do be aware if someone has like a hooded eye or anything, make sure you're careful with your black eyeshadow because you don't want to transfer in. So now just cleaning up underneath the eyes, because we do get a good bit of fallout. That's why I do the eyes first, especially for smoky eyes like this. More natural eyes, you can get away with doing the skin first, but I do like to do the eyes first as well. I find your client is sitting there probably the longest really sometimes when you're doing an eye look. And if you had their skin done first, that means that they're sitting there and they're already eating into the longevity of the foundation. So if it's a 12-hour wear foundation and you're sitting there for a half an hour getting your eyes done, then the foundation is on you a half an hour, and that's a half an hour less that you're going to look good. So I always do my clients' foundation last, so when they leave the door of my salon, their skin just looks absolutely flawless, and it's the last thing really that's applied, so it's really long lasting too. So now I'm using the FLORMAR Double Radiance primer, and this is just a beautiful primer. I've used this in a lot of tutorials before, so you'll know how much I love it, but it just gives the skin like JLo in a bottle basically. It gives the skin a little bit of a tanned appearance, and it's really glowy too, so it's just a perfect primer base. And I know it does look really like glowy on the camera, but I do have studio lights as well on, and it is really glowy in person too, but it does dry down matte. So if you are a little bit oily and you're like, oh my god, how could you put that underneath the like foundation and not like slip and slide, it does dry down matte because it is a primer. And now I'm going in with the NARS Natural Radiant Longwear foundation, and this is in the shade Stromboli, and I'm using a Nema flat topped kabuki brush to apply this, and I'm patting it and buffing it into Shannon's skin. Now I'm going in with some concealer. This is the Makeup Revolution concealer in the shade C7, and I'm just applying that underneath the eyes, and I'll apply it down the bridge of the nose, a little bit on the cupid's bow, and a tiny bit in the centre of the chin. I just find this brings a lot of light to the skin, and it's like the opposite. It's like anti-contouring, so you're bringing forward the parts of the face that you want to stand out and look brighter and more awake. So the under eyes, definitely, I love a good bright under eye, but not too bright. So C7 is lovely. There is C5 as well, which I'd still use on clients with tan, but if they wanted like a brighter highlight. And going in with my Real Techniques setting brush. This brush is just so fabulous for setting the under eyes. I'm not setting it, but I do find when you're patting the concealer into place, you're kind of setting it without even using a powder. I do like to wait till the last kind of minute to go in with powder because I hate the skin looking overly powdered, but that's what setting sprays are for too, because we need powder to make it stick, but the setting spray will help to get rid of that cakey look from a powder. So I'm going into cream contour now, and I'm using the SOSUBYSJ Complete Contouring Kit, and this is the shade 2, so it's their cream bronzer. And I'm using the Madison M8 brush. If I'm wrong, I will put up on the screen the right number, but I think it's the M8. But I absolutely love this brush for cream contouring. It's small and dense enough to get into the areas that you want, but the bristles are long enough at the same time to blend it out. So it's a really good brush for cream contouring. So going in to set that cream bronzer now, I'm using a powder bronzer, and this is the shade Give Me Sun from MAC Cosmetics. I'm just patting the bronzer on top of the cream before I go in and buff the bronzer out. Because the cream is still kind of sticky on the skin, you don't want to go in initially and start swiping because you'll lift the cream product from underneath. So just setting the cream with the powder, so patting it on and then using swirling motions. So we're going everywhere we put that cream bronzer, and this just makes it last so much longer on the skin, and it just makes the skin look really defined but still soft because the creams are very soft on the skin. So the next product is the best thing I've bought in beauty in 2018. I'm just absolutely obsessed with it. So it's the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless powder, and this is the shade 120. But oh my god, it is identical to the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish powder. That's the one I usually use, and it gives such a flawless finish and I adore it. But this powder is identical, and it's like not even half, it's like over half the price. So yeah, I love that. Now I'm going in with the Extra Dimension blush from MAC Cosmetics, and this is the shade Fairly Precious. So going back to the under eyes now, I'm going in with some Ingloss 77 gel liner and putting that into the waterline. So going back in with the eye pencil that we used on the lid, I'm smudging this under the lash line. So pushing the lashes up and just running it along. These set down really quickly, so you want to do one eye at a time and like blend it out with an eyeshadow straight away. So again, what goes up must come down. So we're going in the opposite order now. We're going with the darkest first. So we're going with the shade Chip from the JACLYN Hill palette, and that's smoking out that gel liner. And then on a pencil brush, I'm taking the shade Roxanne and I'm just blending out the edges of the shade Chip. And going back in with the shade Pukey and Creamsicle from the JACLYN Hill palette, I'm blending out the shade Roxanne. And this just gives it a beautiful gradient finish and really defines the eye at the same time. That is the eyes finished now. So moving back onto the skin, I always leave the setting spray for last, because when doing the under eyes you want the skin to be nice and powdered and matte, so that if anything does fall down it's easier just to dust it away. Where if the skin was set and a little bit dewier, you won't be able to brush away any fallout. So I'm going in with the Tatcha Luminous Dewy Skin Mist, and I'm just spraying that on the skin to get it ready for highlight. So I'm using the Doll Beauty, and I'm using the darker shade in this combo. So this is the shade Shine Bright, and I'm using a little Nima Bell brush. I always use this to highlight because it's nice and small but still really fluffy, so you can get a really nice precise highlight, and it's just really intense and gorgeous. And it's perfect for running down the nose too, because it's that little bit smaller. But this highlight is literally the most beautiful, intense highlight, but yet it still looks so smooth and glossy on the skin. It's literally the nicest highlight ever. I got this in Topshop. I think it was like €23 for the two pans, which is really good. I know they come separate, but I do tend to use the darker one, the more goldy tone, more than the lighter one. The lighter one's lovely for the inner corner though. The last step then, I just wanted to add a little bit more definition, so I'm using the Hoola bronzer and a small ZOEVA contouring brush, and just going right under those cheekbones and defining the face just that little bit extra. So for the lips, I'm using my favourite lip combo for a nude lip at the minute. So it's Rimmel Cappuccino Lip Liner, Honey Love Lipstick, and the Patrick Star Fashion Punch Lip Gloss. I'm just obsessed with this lip gloss, and I'm pretty sure you can only get it in America. I don't know if you can get it online here, but if you can and you know that, let me know in the comments below. But I don't think you can. I haven't seen it, but I would love it because I want to pick up like 10 of these glosses. They're beautiful. So that is the finished look. If you have any requests for some client tutorials or any tutorials, let me know what you'd like to see in the comments below. And yeah, thanks so much for watching this video. I hope you really enjoyed it, and I will link all of the products and all of the brushes that I use in this tutorial down below and where you can get them and stuff. So yeah, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.